Hello, Nichans. How are you doing? By the way, I've been diagnosed with ADHD and ASD. Living in Japan, I've often been called weird or told I don't read the room, but well, it's normal. Today, I want to talk about what it's like to live in Japan with ADHD and ASD and share my personal thoughts on why Japanese society has become so difficult for neurodivergent people like us. Let's get started. People with ADHD or ASD often struggle to sense social cues or read the room. I'm no exception. Personally, I find it really hard to read between the lines or figure out what people actually mean. While in Japan, being the same as everyone else is seen as a virtue. If you stand out, you're labeled as a problem or someone who lacks harmony. For people with these traits, a society like this can be incredibly hard to live in. For someone with ADHD or ASD, maintaining smooth, long-term relationships in a single community can be incredibly difficult. So naturally, we start thinking about changing environments like switching jobs. While in Japan, the mental barrier to changing jobs is still really high. Job mobility is low, and the belief that staying in one company is better is still deeply rooted. People often assume that changing jobs means you're weak or lack discipline. In this kind of environment, if you make a few mistakes because of ADHD's inattentive traits, or say something impulsive or awkward because of ASD or ADHD, you get labeled as incompetent, and just like that, you lose your place at work. So why that Japanese society values sameness so strongly? Why is it such a hard place for people with developmental disorders? Here's what I think. It's tied to Japan's geography and how communities have formed throughout history. Japan is a small island nation, and in the past, people lived in tight-knit village societies where maintaining order was essential. That's how behaving the same as everyone else came to be seen as safe and even morally light. But for someone with ADHD, that kind of social pressure makes simply existing feel exhausting. This might also apply to East Asian countries in general, but it's often said that people here tend to have relatively high average IQs. As a result, many are naturally good at reading the room or sensing things without being told. But for people like me, the kind of normal is a massive hurdle to overcome. Here's the most important part. In today's Japan, you rarely see people openly being racist or sexist anymore, but when it comes to developmental disorders, it still feels like mocking us, joking about us, or dismissing us as weird is somehow acceptable. Even if it's just a joke, it can get deep. Toward people with developmental disorders, this kind of discrimination that isn't even recognized as discrimination is still deeply rooted in society. But being different isn't wrong. Unusual doesn't mean bad. It means unique. I hope that little by little, society can start to understand that. If you've ever felt the same way, please share your thoughts in the comments, because talking about this is how change begins. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.